of Module 5, More Features of PHP. First, I want to talk about some important topics, features. In C.1, we study include files and redirect page, these two small topics. After that, then we can use a set of examples to learn, basic PHP programming. We need to use some examples, just like what we did in learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So now PHP, also using examples. But before we run those examples, we need to have some basic knowledge. So that's why I use 3 videos to give you the background knowledge to understand the code examples. So this is the last one before, for our preparation to start learning by examples. All right, so let's start the first topic. PHP include files. We want to include another file inside the current file. So we have a current file, but in the current file, we can include another PHP file. So that's the basic idea. We can use 2 different statements, include statement and a require statement. So they are very similar with only very small difference. So that small difference, so you can choose which one you like to use based on your situation. All right, so it is possible to insert content of the PHP file. So when you include the files, copy the content of that PHP file to be included, copy that, paste, put the place you include. You have an including line, right? You have a line, include line. Put right there. Before the server executed. With include. So that's the basic idea using these 2 statements. All right, so now the difference. Almost identical, but regarding the error part, failure error part, because when you include, the file may not exist, right? Sometimes, when you copy files in a different places, but you forget to copy the included file. For example, it does not exist. Then there is a inclusion error. When that error occurs, what is the behavior? For these 2 statements, the behaviors are different. So let's look at the different behavior. Require will produce a fatal error. Require, very strict. It does not allow that happen. And stop the script. Doesn't work. Okay? The whole script does not work. Full stop. You have to fix it. Because that is very important. Fatal error. You have to fix it. Otherwise, you cannot do anything. So that's the meaning of this require. So you can, from the name, you can guess the meaning, right? Require. You do not have any freedom to get around it. You are required to fix the problem. Okay? Include will only produce a warning, not fatal, warning. Get alert. You need to fix it. But if you do not fix it, still, the remaining code still works. Okay? And the script will continue. So here you can see which one you want to use. Right? Based on my experience, most of the time I use include. Most of the time I use include. But only in some very special case, a very special situation, then I may use the require way. All right. Here, let's look at an example. Suppose this is the file to be included. Here you can see we want to display the foot part. In a web page, we want to show information in different places. And at the bottom of the page, we want to show some footer information. Okay, so here the copyright information, date, the current date, the year, and the website. That basic information. But this one, for the whole website, we only need to create it once. So we put it in one foot file. So we call it footer.php. We save it in a footer.php. All right. Then in all other pages, so when we create many other different pages, when we need to use this footer part, we just include it. How about that? How simple is that? So you can see this feature is very useful. More efficient. Yeah. Especially when you use the same content in many different places. So you want to use this way. Yeah. Later, when you want to change something, this number to 2020, 2020, you only need to change in one place. Footer.php, change it in one place, then hundreds of your pages. Suppose your website, you have hundreds of web pages. The footer part all get changed immediately. How efficient it is. Yeah. And not just for that, you can imagine we can use this feature in many different places. Yeah. Think about your page, you have the menu part, right? So you have the left-hand side bar, different components. Usually you use many different components to organize your page. So you can imagine each component, you can use one file to contain, to focus on that particular component. Yeah. Then in your main page, you just arrange different components. Yeah, very efficient. Yeah. All right. And there are other ways. Look at the object-oriented, OOP, object-oriented programming. So think about when you develop a large PHP projects, you may want to create many classes. So PHP supports object-oriented programming. So you create many tools, you put them in your classes. How do you use those classes in your current PHP file? Include. Okay? In your current PHP file, include large number of classes you may need to use in this file. Then just use them. Okay? Call them, use them. Yeah. So very simple. Yeah. Later, I will find a simple example. Yeah. So let you feel about it. Yeah. Because this way, you can improve your productivity. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next topic. PHP Filter Functions. This is also a very important concept. Filter functions. In a previous video, I talked about when you retrieve the input data using those two super global variables. One is $_get. Okay? We use associative array. Yeah, remember that concept? Yeah. Suppose name. So that's one way. Another way, post. Still name. Here. Look at that. At that time, I mentioned there is some potential problem for this way to retrieve your input data. because not secure. The data come from the users, outside users. You don't know, those users, they may do some harmful things. They may try to embed some hacking code, try to steal your data in your database. So that could happen. So you want to stop that. A simple way to stop that kind of hacking trick using PHP filter functions. Very simple. Yeah. So let's look at how to do it. Yeah. Used to validate and filter data coming from insecure sources. Insecure sources. Outside users, insecure. Okay? Internal access, it's secure. Internal, yeah, because if you access from the same web application, that's secure. Okay? Yeah, your own team. Yeah, so you assume it's secure. Yeah. But from the client side, yeah. From the server side, we treat as secure, right? From server side. So our own people, our own team. Yeah. But from the client side, we do not treat as secure. You know, anyone can access from the client side. So insecure sources like user input. So we need to apply this way. Filter underscore input. So that's the function, filter function. Filter underscore input. Yeah. What to filter, right? Yeah. Which part you want to do the filtering, okay? Input underscore get. Get super global variable values. We want to filter that part. Yeah. On parameter name. Yeah, so yeah. Okay? Yeah. So that's the get version. For the post version, you change to post underscore post. Yeah. In this way, after the filtering, like this, pretty simple, straightforward. Yeah. Then you can use it, you know, in a secure way. Yeah. So you can, so after the filtering, so now it is safe. Yeah. Good. All right. So that is this. Yeah. Better than the previous way we used. Yeah. This way. Okay. And that way. Yeah. No filtering. Yeah. So that's why insecure. Yeah. All right. So that's this topic. Yeah. Then the last topic of this video, redirect page. So this is also very important. Yeah. We frequently use this feature in our PHP files. At the end, after we finish data processing, what should we do? We redirect to a different page. So that's why before we can start our example learning, we need to know all these basic things. All right. It is used to redirect a request. HTTP request, okay? Redirect, because every time a user visits a server-side page, it needs to send a request, okay? Send a request. So now, at the server side, we finish processing. Now we return response, right? After we return response, we want to tell the user, you need to start another request. And we tell you which request to start. So that's the background situation. After we complete data processing, we return response to our user, but at the same time, we tell them what is the next request, redirect. What is the next request to start? because the user may not know what to do next, right? The user may not know what to do next. So you tell them what is the next request to call. So so that's the meaning redirect page. All right, so let's look at how to do it. Syntax is very simple. You use this header function. Just one line. One line you can do that. Header function. Inside the header function, the parameter, the quotes, first specify location. Location, colon. Okay? Location, colon. After that, your URL. Yeah. So which page you want your user visit, that URL you put there. Okay? So that's the basic syntax. Yeah. All right. So when you do that, just one line, when you do that, it makes the web browser sends a new request to the new URL. Okay? So a new page will be displayed from your user's web browser. You visit a new page. Yeah. Okay? And you can attach parameters in the URL. Yeah? Because when you put your URL, you're allowed to put some data there. You can put some data there. Okay? So make your user's web browser to visit a page, a special, let's say PHP file, using those parameter values. So that's the idea. Okay? Now let me show you one example. Yeah. Location colon process.php. Yeah. I just want to use the URL of the current path, right? You have a current path, current page. But under the current path, the file name process.php. Okay? After that, I attach some data, some parameter data, yeah, in this way. Okay? Yeah. So then my user's browser will visit this page with this data. That's it. So that's simple. Yeah. So this simple feature, so later you will see, very useful, very basic, very useful. Yeah. All right, so we finish part C.1.